When Daniel finally found time for his father only said 4 words. "You are too late, son." Those words haunted him for the rest of his life. Not because he arrived too late to the hospital, because he had arrived too late for all the years that mattered. Daniel never planned to become the kind of son who forgot his father. In fact, when he was a child, he promised himself the opposite. He grew up in a small village where money was always scarce. His father, Robert, worked long days repairing farm equipment under the hot sun. His hands were rough. His clothes were old. But every evening, he came home with a smile. One night, when Daniel was 12 years old, he overheard his parents talking. "We don't have enough for his school trip," his mother said quietly. Robert remained silent for a moment. Then he answered, "I'll find a way." The next morning, Daniel saw his father's watch missing from his wrist. It was the only valuable thing he owned. Years later, Daniel learned that his father had sold it to pay for the trip. That day, Daniel made a promise. "One day, I'll earn enough money so my family never has to struggle again." It was a good promise, but over time, it became an obsession. At 38, Daniel was one of the top sales managers in the city. He owned a beautiful apartment. He drove an expensive car. His co-workers admired him. Many people wished they had his life. Yet every morning looked exactly the same. Wake up, check emails, attend meetings, chase targets, come home exhausted, sleep, repeat. Whenever his father called, the phone usually rang while Daniel was working. Most days he glanced at the screen and thought, "I'll call him back later." Later rarely came. Meanwhile, Robert continued living alone in the village. Every Sunday evening, he sat on the same wooden chair outside his house. And every Sunday evening, he called his son. Sometimes they talked for 2 minutes, sometimes less. But after every call, Robert remained in the chair a little longer, staring down the road, as if hoping a familiar car might appear. It never did. Years passed. Birthdays came and went. Family gatherings happened without Daniel. Photographs filled albums he never saw. Life kept moving, and Daniel kept postponing. Not because he didn't love his father, because he believed there would always be another opportunity, another weekend, another holiday, another year. One winter evening, Robert called again. His voice sounded weaker than usual. "Daniel." "Yes, Papa. I don't need anything." Daniel smiled. "That's good." There was a brief silence. Then Robert said softly, "I just miss spending time with my son." For a moment, Daniel didn't know what to say. His calendar was full. His next project was important. A promotion was approaching. "I know, Papa. Things are just busy right now." "Of course," Robert replied. His voice remained kind, but something about it felt different, as if he had stopped expecting anything. Months later, Daniel received a promotion he had been chasing for years. His colleagues celebrated. His phone buzzed all evening with congratulations. Yet while driving home, he noticed something strange. He felt nothing. No excitement. No satisfaction. Only exhaustion. For years he had been climbing a ladder. Now he wasn't sure where it was leading. Then came the phone call. A rainy Thursday night. Daniel was preparing a presentation when his cousin called. The moment he answered, he knew something was wrong. "Daniel." She struggled to speak. "Your father collapsed. He's in the hospital." The room suddenly felt smaller. The presentation, the promotion, the deadlines, none of it mattered anymore. He drove through the storm for 6 hours. Rain hammered against the windshield. Traffic lights blurred through tears. For the first time in years, Daniel wasn't thinking about work. He was thinking about every visit he postponed, every call he cut short, every promise he failed to keep. When he finally reached the hospital, he ran through the corridor. Machines beeped quietly. Nurses moved between rooms. Then he saw him. His father looked smaller than Daniel remembered. Older, fragile. Robert slowly opened his eyes. A faint smile appeared on his face. "You came." Daniel grabbed his hand. His voice broke instantly. "Papa, I'm sorry." The words poured out. "I'm sorry for all the times I didn't visit. I'm sorry for always being busy. When you get better, I'll come every weekend. I promise." His father listened carefully. Then he squeezed Daniel's hand. very gently, and said, "You are too late, son." Daniel froze. His father looked at him with love, not anger. "Not too late to see me." A tear rolled down his father's cheek. "But too late for the years we lost together." The room became silent. And for the first time, Daniel understood something that no success had ever taught him. Some things cannot be earned back, no matter how hard you work. 3 days later, Robert passed away. After the funeral, Daniel returned to his father's house. Everything looked the same. The old chair, the family photographs, the small kitchen, the silence. On a shelf near the window, he found an old box. Inside were dozens of photographs. One picture caught his attention. It showed a young Daniel sitting on his father's shoulders, both laughing. Written on the back were 6 simple words: "My favorite day with my son." Daniel stared at the photo. Then he broke down, not because his father was gone, but because he suddenly realized how many favorite days they could have had, and never did. That night changed him. Not instantly, not magically. Real change never works that way. But slowly, Daniel began making different choices. He stopped treating relationships like appointments. He called old friends. He visited family. He put his phone away during dinner. When his daughter wanted to play, he played. When she wanted to talk, he listened. One evening, years later, he sat on the living room floor building a tower of wooden blocks with his daughter. She looked at him and smiled. "Dad, yes. I'm happy you're always here." The words hit him harder than any business award ever had. Because this time, he wasn't missing the moment. He was living it. As the years passed, Daniel often shared his story with others, especially young people chasing success. He would tell them, "Work hard, build your future, chase your goals." Then he would pause and add, "But remember something I learned too late. Money can be earned again. Opportunities can return. But a lost moment never comes back." Maybe you're waiting to make that phone call. Maybe you're planning to visit someone next month. Maybe you're postponing the things that matter because life feels busy. Daniel thought the same way. Until one day, there were no more tomorrows left to postpone. So don't wait for a hospital room to teach you what time is worth. Don't wait for regret to become your teacher. Call that person. Visit your family. Spend time with the people who matter. Because the greatest tragedy isn't losing someone. It's realizing you had the chance to be with them and didn't take it. Remember, time is not the most valuable thing because it is limited. It is valuable because once it leaves, it never returns.